Embley, so good late last year. Well done, Marston. And Naitanui is off. And then out wide. Nikoski on his wrong side. Doesn't get a lot on it, but Kennedy was clever.
That's strong, wasn't it?
Interesting to see that Naitanui gave off the hands.
Yes. I think he was just going to give it to his runners, wasn't he? I think he's not going to take the game on.
Pass tonight, Vazo, Stepic and Pennell. Naitanui with the run. Knocks it down, almost stolen by Lonergan. Naitanui forced to kick this time inside the forward 50. Good kick too. Into the space. No hesitation from Kennedy. Went back and found it.
Not positive he was the target, but all's well that ends well.
It's the follow-up work that I think John Westphal will be really happy with then. And pretty handy result.
Things happen when he's around the ball.
They do. We've seen that before.
The way he burst clear of the congestion is quite amazing for a bloke of his size.
And they're going to build a forward line around him, as they may build a ruck division with Cox and Naitanui here. What a backup for Cox when Cox is fit. Bell Chambers, and here he is again, rucking and roving and getting a handball clear. Hanson back.
I think we know Essendon's theme. They've got to get their tackle count up and their defensive pressure up, and you know it's in the front of their minds.
Naitanui decisively down to Kerr. Feigns a hand pass. Bench down there by Remus, tried to crash his way through. Watson, who's been terrific, tries to feed it across to McVeigh. Stolen away by Naitanui. It's bouncing around in there. Well done. Party trick. Gave it across to McKinley. McKinley gets it back, snaps it, goal. Touched across the line by Fletcher. And that combination in there of Naitanui initially, and then Selwood, and then the kick going in from McKinley. That was terrific.
I reckon if the Australian Olympic Committee were looking at Naitanui, they think of about 8 sports that he could win a gold medal in, don't you?
Yes.
He is something. And Fletcher
have adapted to the greater need to not go over the mark, so it's been a good exhibition by all.
Gary Ablett go to Gold Coast. What about Matthew Stokes? Just a couple for Tom at half-time. Ebert.
There he goes again, that second effort.
The pocket, Hooley comes up, slips a hand pass to Bock. Bock on his knees, Naitanui knocks it away, follows up his own good work, hand passes across to McKinley, to Marston. Marston goes in and gets the goal. Beyond the defender, and that defender's got long arms. Kick comes down towards full forward. McKinley was up, couldn't hang on. Naitanui, he'll have to kick this one. Naitanui snaps a magnificent goal. He can kick very, very well.
Dennis, I was wondering what his Brownlow odds are. Should we get on early?
Soon you'll be saying your boy, Lee.
He won't get 3 votes tonight, Lee, but gee,
he's got an influence on the game, not through aerial stuff, but through ground level second effort. You don't necessarily expect of the guys with the 200 centimetres, but certainly at the moment that's his strength. He doesn't look like marking the ball in the air, but he's just an extra player at ground level. Fantastic platform to build an impressive season.
Excuse the pun, Tom, but he's a different cat, this fella, isn't he? You can't take your eyes off him, can you?
He's a very impressive athlete.
Well, Davies just such a brilliant tackler. And then talk about brilliant tacklers.
Right on cue.
Goddamn.
He will get sacked from the Ruckman's Union, though. He will not get membership if he keeps chasing a tackle.
How's the force here? I mean, the pace and power is coming out. Out in the footy.
The next development is when you see him go back and kick the super goal. He'll have everyone off their seats then.
He's the sort of bloke who can win matches, can't he? I mean, he sort of did it against the Hawks last year here, didn't he?
He sells memberships too, I've got no doubt about that.
The mark not taken down there for the Bombers by Monfries. Coming through was Lonergan. Stolen off his boot there by Stevenson. Oh my goodness.
Don't get off from Brownlow. He's taking a mark.
I'm going to use the... No, I can't. Not yet. It's too early. Can you have a superstar, the making of one, in the first half of a NAB Cup match? Game 1 of the NAB Cup. We are seeing something special.
Careful. Can't help but think back to Favola when he kicked 12 in a NAB Cup game.
Yeah. But this has got more elements to it in some respects, hasn't it?
I think
goodness.
It's an upward leap, isn't it? He just leapt in the air and sort of landed on his back.
And that's what counts. What a great first half of footy. It had the lot and it had Nic as well, Naitanui. Huge turnaround here.
He might get the standing ovation as he goes off.
It's like scoring 100 before lunch, isn't it?
Yeah, that was something. That was really something. Every now and again, it's like a few things in history, isn't it? You remember where you were. Let's go down to Tim Watson. You glean a little more. It hit the leg first, but seemed to be across the line, then bounced back against the post. Still, they got it right, and I suppose everyone was happy about that, and that's the result we're after. Here's Pritis after Naitanui continued on his way, knocking it down his throat. Lacroix. Williams running out of space. Williams goes looking for Prismal. Prismal's in trouble. Clever kick though. Got it to Watson. Not 15. Naitanui applied some pressure, and that affected the kick. Watson's been everywhere. So too Naitanui.
It's 7 tackles, Naitanui. That's a great effort for a tall man. Great effort for any player, to be honest, to be able to get to the opposition ball carrier that quickly.
In a shortened game, if he ends up in sort of double figures, I think around about 15 is record territory. Again, super impressed with Naitanui.
Bill Chambers and Fletcher, and here he is again. He's got one more to the total.
Going to his back, Nic Naitanui. Nic, straight to him.
Oh, that's the 50.
Must give it straight to him.
This will be interesting.
Yeah, he's going to have a set shot.
For 9.
Yeah.
That's because the umpire, and he'll probably explain it, I suspect, to the player on the mark.
Must give it straight back to him. You hold, no, told you, Nic.
See, even the umpires listen to Lee. They obey when Lee speaks.
I mean, I think we were told, players were told, all clubs were told that there will be just a little bit more harshness to make sure the ball is given back. And he just held on to it for a second or two too long. That was sufficient for the umpire to pay a big penalty.
Well, he's already kicked one super goal tonight. Could this be an official super goal for 9? You betcha. Don't you love him?
Dyson a little chip down towards half forward McVeigh.
Just had a slight fumble, and there he is again. Naitanui across the boot.
We just saw Mark Lacroix. I mean, tonight the Eagles have tried to have gone with Hanson and Kennedy's a fantastic smother. And McKinley, they've had the free tools, and Lacroix's virtually been up the ground. I wonder how often we'll see that in the main season.
Marston did goal game at the moment. Oh, brilliant pick up by Naitanui. Well done pairs to Hooley, to Winderlick. Terrific smother by Selwyn, and then Naitanui on hands and knees gets it to Kerr, and then Kerr's little kick to Singh.
I'm running the risk of sounding like a broken record, but every time Nic Naitanui goes near the ball, something just seems to happen.
It's incredible, isn't it?
You can't be a broken record in your first game as a commentator. McKinley's little give, Ebert should go. No, well done, good smother in the end. Getting it back, Shuey, and Naitanui not quite. He'll kick it though. No, he won't. Yes, he will. Nic done it again. Nothing's orthodox when it comes to Naitanui.
You reckon you'll be on the front page of the paper tomorrow?
I think so.
All clear.
Just on balance, if you were the Bombers, you would think Naitanui could fight.
He can certainly do everything else.
I think it's a second goal will be